ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया।
नित्यं भागवत सेवया।
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
भक्ति भवति नैष्ठिकी।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, text number 51, 52, 53. Three we are taking today. धृतराष्ट्रः सह भ्रातरा।
धृतराष्ट्रः सह भ्रात्रा।
धृतराष्ट्रः सह भ्रात्रा
धृतराष्ट्रः सह भ्रात्रा।
गान्धार्या च स्वभायया।
गान्धार्या च स्वभायया।
गान्धार्या च स्वभायया।
गान्धार्या च स्वभायया।
दक्षिणेन हिमवत
दक्षिणेन हिमवत
दक्षिणेन हिमवत
दक्षिणेन हिमवत
ऋषीणाम् आश्रमं गतः
ऋषीणाम् आश्रमं गतः
ऋषीणाम् आश्रमं गतः
ऋषीणाम् आश्रमं गतः
धृतराष्ट्रः
धृतराष्ट्रः
धृतराष्ट्र सह
सह
along with
भ्रात्रा
his brother Vidur,
his brother Vidur,
Gandharya
Gandharya
also,
Cha,
and
and
Swabharyaya,
Swabharya,
his own wife, Dakshinena, by the southern side, Himvataha, of the Himalaya mountains, Rishinam, of the rishis, Ashramam, in shelter, Gataha, he is gone. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
O King, your uncle Dhritarashtra, his brother Vidura and his wife Gandhari have gone to the southern side of the Himalaya mountains, where there are shelters of the great sages. Please repeat. O King, your uncle Dhritarashtra, his brother Vidura, and his wife Gandhari have gone to the southern side of the Himalaya mountains, where there are shelters of the great sages. Purport. To specify the mourning Maharaj Yudhishthir, Narada first of all spoke from the philosophical point of view. And then he began to describe the future movements of his uncle, which he could see by his foreseeing powers, and thus began to describe as follows. Take the next verse. Shrotobhi saptabhir yavai Swadhuni saptadha vyadhat Saptanam pritaye nana Saptasrota prachakshate. The place is called Saptasrota, divided by 7, because there the waters of the sacred Ganges were divided into 7 branches. This was done for the satisfaction of the 7 great rishis. Next one. Snatva savanam tasmin Kutva chagnin yatha vidhi Abhabhaksha upasantatma Sa aste vigataisnaha shanaha. On the banks of Saptasrota, Dhritarashtra is now engaged in beginning Ashtanga Yoga by bathing 3 times daily in the morning, noon and evening, but performing the Agnihotra sacrifice with fire and by drinking only water. This helps one control the mind and the senses and frees one completely from thoughts of familial affection. Purport. The yoga system is a mechanical way to control the senses and the mind and divert them from matter to spirit. The preliminary process are the sitting posture, meditation, spiritual thoughts, manipulation of air passing within the body, and gradual situation of trance, facing the absolute person, Paramatma. Such mechanical ways of rising to the spiritual platform prescribe some regulative principles of taking bath daily 3 times fasting as far as possible, sitting and concentrating the mind on spiritual matters, and thus gradually becoming free from Vishaya or material objectives. Material existence means to be absorbed in the material objective, which is simply illusory. House, country, family, society, children, property, and business are some of the material covering of the spirit Atma. And the yoga system helps one to become free from all these illusory thoughts and gradually turn towards the absolute person, Paramatma. By material association and education, we learn simply to concentrate on flimsy things, but the yoga is the process of forgetting them altogether. Modern so-called yogis and yoga systems manifest some magical feats, and ignorant persons are attracted by such false things, or they accept the yoga system as a cheap healing process for diseases of the gross body. But factually, the yoga system is the process of learning to forget what we have acquired throughout the struggle of existence. Dhritarashtra was all along engaged in improving family affairs by raising the standard of living of his sons or by usurping the property of the Pandavas for the sake of his own sons. These are common affairs for a man grossly materialistic and without knowledge of the spiritual force. He does not see how this can drag one from heaven to hell. By the grace of his younger brother Vidura, Dhritarashtra was enlightened and could see his grossly illusory engagements. And by such enlightenment, he was able to leave home for spiritual realization. Sri Narada Deva was just foretelling the way of his spiritual progress in a place which was sanctified by the flow of the celestial Ganga. Drinking water only without solid food is also considered fasting. This is necessary for advancement of spiritual knowledge. A foolish man wants to be a cheap yogi without observing the regulatory principles. A man who has no control over the tongue at first can hardly become a yogi. Yogi and bhogi are two opposite terms. The bhogi or the merry man who eats and drinks cannot be a yogi, but a yogi is never allowed to eat and drink unrestrictedly. We may note with profit how Dhritarashtra began his yoga system by drinking water only and sitting calmly in a place with a spiritual atmosphere, deeply absorbed in the thoughts of the Lord Hari, the personality of Godhead. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminite Namine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminite Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Dhritarashtra Saha Bhartra Gandharya Cha Swabharyaya Dakshinena Himavata Rishinam Ashramam Gataha. O king, your uncle Dhritarashtra, his brother Vidura, and his wife Gandhari have gone to the southern side of the Himalaya mountains, where there are shelters of the great sages. Shrotobihi saptabhiryavai swardhuni saptada vyadat saptanam pritaye nana saptashrota pachakshate. The place is called Saptasrota because there the waters of the sacred Ganga were divided into 7 branches. This was done for the satisfaction of the 7 great rishis. Natva nusavanam tasmin utva chagnin yatha vidhi avabhaksha upashantatma sa aste vigatais shanaha. On the bank of Saptasrota, Dhritarashtra is now engaged in beginning Ashtanga Yoga by bathing 3 times daily. In the morning, noon, and evening, by performing the Agnihotra sacrifice with the fire and by drinking only water, this helps one control the mind and the senses and frees one completely from thoughts of familial affection. Narada Muni, through the example of Dhritarashtra, is telling us how we should, at least at the end of the life, when we become old, at least at that time, of course, this can be done by anybody. Ashtanga Yoga can be started at up to the age of 5. Up to the age of 5, things are easy for the child. A child of the age 5, up to age 5, he is not to bother about spiritual matters, etc. But after the age of 5, forget about 5, at the age of 50 also we are not ready. At the age of 60 also we are not ready. We still have so many things to finish. So the system is that here we see learn 2-3 things. One is, even for Dhritarashtra, he has a big palace. He was living in a palace of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So he could have been given, and he had his own room naturally. So he could have done it at home. People do say that, we can meditate at home. Some people make big arrangements. Nice room with lot of cushions and everything, and then they say, we are doing yoga here, dhyana, meditation. But here we see Dhritarashtra went to Himalayas. Now from Indraprastha to the bottom of Himalayas, it must have taken him a lot, right? But here, that's why, now, this is all happening immediately. Correct? So, how does Narada know? Narada is telling as if he is seeing that Dhritarashtra is now starting Ashtanga Yoga, is taking bath 3 times. So, he is seeing the future. He is not doing a running commentary like Sanjaya did when Mahabharata was taking place. He is foretelling, because for him it is just possible. He can see the future. He is saying that how he has gone there, where he has gone, Sapta Stotra. This, of course, interestingly brings us to advent of Ganga. Ganga, she emanated from the toe of Lord Vishnu. When Vamana Deva, he asked for 3 steps from Bali Maharaj, and he got those 3 steps. So he covered everything in 2 steps. In the first step only he covered all the material things. And then he started raising his foot up. He became from Vamana, he became Trivikrama. And he became a gigantic person. He raised his foot up, and with his toe, Angutha, the big toe, he made a hole in the material covering. This material, there is a material covering. There are planets, and above, beyond the planet, there is a material covering, and beyond that is Karana Sagara, causal ocean. That is spiritual. So he made a hole in that covering with his toe. So the causal water started flowing down, washing his feet, washing his toe first. And then Lord Brahma, when he saw that, he ran with his kamandalu to collect that water, which is directly washing the lotus feet of the Lord. And then from there, the story of Ganga starts. So she came from the spiritual world. And then at one point, Saptarishi were ordered to carry Ganga down to different planets. So even on planet Earth, when she came, she when she wanted to come here, nobody was there. Bhagirathi also is involved in that. Bhagirath has involved him in this. He invited her to come to planet Earth, and she said, I can come, but the force by which I will come, everything will be devastated. So then Lord Shiva agreed to receive her. But Lord Shiva, we see, is not the originator. Ganga flows from his head down, but actually it is originating from Lord Vishnu's toe. So then on this planet also, she was divided into 7 at Sapta Srota. Srota means flows, Sapta means 7. So she was divided into 7 different rivers. Then there are different Alakananda and Mandakini and all those names are there. So it's a one, maybe we'll sometime conduct that class where we discuss about descent of Ganga. It's wonderful. I heard it about 10-15 years back. That was a 7-day seminar on Ganga. So the point is that you have to go there. I mean, he goes there, and then he is drinking only water. And Prabhupada explained that drinking water is as good as fasting. For this, the example of Amrish Maharaj is there. Amrish Maharaj was fasting for Ekadashi, and then he has to break his fast next day. And Durvasa Muni comes and he says, oh, I will go to Ganga and come back, and so you wait. And he did not come for 1 year. So here he has to break his fast because when you fast for Ekadashi, the next day Dwadashi, you are supposed to break the fast at a particular time by taking some grains, Anna. And Amrish Maharaj, the time was running out. So Amrish Maharaj asked the Vidwan there, all the Brahmanas, that what should I do? And so they said, you can drink water. Because by drinking water, you can break the fast and you can also not break the fast. Because he has to wait for Durvasa Muni. So water, drinking only water, you can fast. Of course, there are devotees who do it Nirjala every Ekadashi. We do it once in a year on Bhima Ekadashi, going to come in June. So, but the main thing is to concentrate on Sri Krishna. Meditate on Krishna and forget about the material attachments. That is the yoga system. And then Srila Prabhupada explained that simply doing some asana, some postures to get rid of some disease and then call it yoga is not the right one. The people do pranayam and yoga and all just because somebody says, oh, I got this gastric problem or asthma or do you yoga sana. Actually, it's nothing to do with yoga, just some physical exercise. Only when you add to that the devotion, then it becomes yoga. Yoga means to link with Krishna. That is the main thing about yoga. So, this is how we see that how Dhritarashtra and Gandhari and Vidura, they started their journey to the southern side of Himalaya, because northern side is all Tibet and all that, very, very cold and severe conditions. Okay. We'll stop here. If you have any question, comment, you can take that up. Thank you very much.